Shalom, Chag Purim Sameach. I'm Rabbi Lynn Liberman from Jewish Family Service of St. Paul, the community chaplain. Happy Purim holiday. We are so delighted to be here with you virtually. Well, yeah, in this video, and celebrate along with you. Perhaps soon we'll be able to be together in person. But we now are approaching the ancient holiday of Purim, a complex story of kings, queens, beauty pageants, villains, courage, and Jewish survival. Here with me today, I'm so excited to tell the story of Purim is our newest member of our Jewish community chaplain team, Cantor Deborah Winston. I hope that you will welcome her with open arms and open hearts as she returns to Minnesota to work with our Jewish community.
Chag Purim Sameach, happy Purim holiday. I look forward to meeting you and hearing your stories. When you see me visiting, I'll look more or less like this. But for now, I'm dressed as Esther's Uncle Mordecai. More about that later. Please sing along with me, or tap your foot, or nod your head, or dance a jig, whatever feels right, as we hear the story and celebrate together. To get in the mood, let's sing our first song, which is called Utsu Etza, which loosely translates to, they tried to hurt us, it didn't work. Utsu Etza betufar, Utsu Etza betufar, Utsu Etza betufar, Dabaru davar v'lo yakum ki Immanuel. Utsu Etza betufar, Dabaru davar v'lo yakum ki Immanuel.
Fabulous. Well, here we go. Purim is about the story of Esther, who found the courage to save her people, the Jews, from extermination. The story is usually read at night from a scroll called a Megillah, and many people will dress up in costumes. Sometimes those costumes are the characters in the story, and other times they're just fun costumes with masks. We even have special food with Purim. We eat those special cookies. They're triangle in shape, and they're filled with jelly or poppy seed, and they're called hamantashen. We'll come back to those again later. And of course, when you hear the name of the villain, I'm not saying that for the moment, we make noise any way that we can so we can stamp out his name and his message. If you have a grogger or a noisemaker, you can use that. Or if you want, you've got a pot and a spoon, you can bang that, or just simply, your hand on the table. Or if you know the old custom in the old days, some people would write the name of the villain, still haven't said the name, on the bottom of your shoe. And then they would stamp your foot. And each time you stamped it, it would sort of smudge the name off the bottom of the shoe as though we could get rid of evil in that way. So, the name of this character is, let's give it a practice. Haman. That was pretty good. I think we could do a little better. How about a little more noise? Here we go. Haman. I have all sorts of groggers here. I'll try to make different noises, and Cantor Deb also has some noise-making things too as we go through our story. So we're today, in our short time together, going to tell the story, at least the version that we have, and learn a little bit more about the holiday. And finally, we'll end with some more music. And of course, it's a Jewish celebration, so there'll be some treats.
Here's one more song to get us going on our way. Oh, once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name, sir. He lied and lied about the Jews, but they were not to blame, sir. Oh, today we'll merry, merry be. Oh, today we'll merry, merry be. Oh, today we'll merry, merry be, and not some home and The time, very, very long ago, several thousand years, in fact, before matzo balls were invented. The place, a magical city called Shushan, most probably Persia. A kingdom ruled not by the Jews, but by a king named Ahasuerus. The villain, a very evil man named Haman, who hated the Jews and bitterly resented that they would not bow down to him. The queen, Vashti, the reigning queen of Shushan, and most importantly, Esther, a young Jewish maiden of Shushan, and her uncle, Mordecai. So our story opens with a conversation between Esther and Mordecai.
But uncle, we have no money, no food. I'm a little hungry. I'm so worried about the future. What shall we do?
Listen, my little chickadee, your parents didn't leave you much when they passed away, not even a nickel. But I read in the Shushan Gazette that the king is having a pageant to find a new queen. He laid off Vashti because she refused to dance for his poker party. If you won the contest, we'd be able to get by for another year. And you're so sweet and lovely, it could happen.
Well, okay, but I'm not going to dance for him.
Well, Esther did win the pageant since she was both sweet and lovely. She became the new queen of Shushan, surrounded by jewels, perfume, body oils, and servants.
One day, while resting in the palace, she overheard the evil Haman advising the king to rid the kingdom of all the Jews. Haman thought that they were not bowing down when he passed, and that they were not loyal subjects of the king. What he didn't know is that Jews don't bow down to anyone except God. Esther was frozen with fear and dread. What to do? If the king found out that she was Jewish, she and all her people could be killed. If she said nothing, her people would be killed, but she would be spared.
One more time, the song about that evil guy whose name I didn't say yet. Oh, once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name, sir. He lied and lied about the Jews, but they were not to blame, sir. Oh, today we'll merry, merry be. Oh, today we'll merry, merry be. Oh, today we'll merry, merry be, and nosh some home and Tashan.
Returning to the action, Esther consults with her uncle Mordecai on the sly. Oy vey, what to do? Help me, uncle. I'm afraid for my people and for myself. What have I done? What shall I do? I'm so verklempt.
Listen, Buttercup, pull yourself together. You have to tell him you're Jewish. Perhaps he's become fond enough of you to take pity on you and your people. We never know how strong a tea bag we are until we're in hot water or something like that. Be strong, be brave, and rescue your people.
And well, that's what Esther did. The king took pity on his lovely queen, and when he found out that Haman had plans to not only kill all the Jews, but to steal all their possessions as well, he ordered Haman killed instead. Haman's three-cornered hat became the shape of our yummy Hamantaschen. Esther was allowed to return to her uncle's house, and Mordecai became an advisor to the king.
And now the moral of our story. We all find ourselves at some point in scary times. Esther had to find the courage to reveal her identity to save her people. In the past year, we all have had to find the courage to save all the people around us by quarantining for COVID. Who would ever think that in order to save the people we love, we have to avoid them and not see them for so long? Being alone, being lonely, finding ways to pass the time, all have been hard and required courage. As Esther found a way to be brave, so must we all be brave. Brave, courageous, and forward thinking to find health and to find our way back to each other. May this Purim holiday find you to be brave, positive, and looking forward like Esther. Please join in one more song. Chag Purim, Chag Gadol LaYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zmirot V'Rikudim. Havana Risha, Rash, Rash, Rash. Havana Risha, Rash, Rash, Rash. Havana Risha, Rash, Rash, Rash. Haman's name for me. Boo!
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cantor Deb. We have a little bit more time. We wanted to take an opportunity to talk about some of the other mitzvot that are part of the Purim festival. So after you hear this, the telling of the story, there are two other very perhaps well-known ones. They are the giving of things to others. And the first one is matanot le'evyonim. On this holiday, it is a tradition to share our sense of joy of overcoming this adversity and to share with those who cannot celebrate. And traditionally, that would be giving things to help others who are perhaps less fortunate, helping them to find moments of uplift in their lives. It's a little harder to do now in the time of COVID, but still, if you're not able to share something literally, even just sharing a smile or a greeting, a hello across a distance, some acknowledgments of another to help lift their day and to add joy to their lives at this time, to engage the other in community. The other gift that we give is one that's perhaps even more known. It's mishloach manot, and these are gifts of joy, literally. Traditionally, these are gifts that include a bit of food to eat. So the traditional hamantaschen, that is the cookie that is shaped in three corners, as well as something else that's sweet, little candies, often some coins to invite the receiver to give tzedakah, to help, again, to make a difference in helping others in their lives to be lives of joy. These two mitzvot are wonderful aspects of the Purim holiday, ones that we hope you're able to find time for to do and participate in as you come toward the Purim celebration itself. So we've come to the end of our time together. It always goes so fast. And on behalf of Cantor Deb and myself, we are so glad to have been able to be here with you today. We are definitely looking forward to a chance to come in person and to celebrate together and to sit and meet you and greet you. Again, we're hoping those days come soon, and wishing everybody good health and well-being in the meantime. And you know, it wouldn't be one of our holiday celebrations unless we had a nosh So here's a very large plate of hamantashen, and I know Cantor Deb has a very large treat there as well. And we wish you a Chag Purim Sameach.
Sameach.
Yum.
Mm.
Bye, everybody. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yitrot.